Willie D Live.
What's up, family? We got some bad news out of Memphis. Memphis Grizzlies forward Brandon Clarke has died, the team and its sports agency announced in separate statements released on Tuesday, May 12th. He was 29 years old. Clarke's sudden death comes almost 6 weeks after he was arrested in Arkansas for improper passing, possession of a controlled substance, fleeing, and exceeding the speed limit and trafficking a controlled substance. He had just finished his seventh NBA season, all of which he spent with the Grizzlies. I want to bring y'all in on this article. Clarke was the number 21 overall pick in the 2019 NBA draft out of Gonzaga and enjoyed initial success in the league, earning all rookie honors while averaging a career high 12.1 points and 5.9 rebounds per game. He signed a 4-year, $50 million contract extension with Memphis in 2022. There's Brandon right there. Another youngster. Clarke's career had been derailed in recent years by injuries. He played in just 6 games during the 2023-24 season due to a torn Achilles and missed all but 2 games this past season due to calf and knee ailments. Clarke then allegedly led Cross County Sheriff's Office deputies on a miles-long chase on April 1st, with speeds reaching over 100 miles per hour, and was found with over 230 grams of kratom in his possession, an arrest affidavit obtained by the Memphis Commercial Appeal said. Kratom is a herbal extract from a tree that grows in Southeast Asia, according to the Mayo Clinic. At low doses, Mayo Clinic said it acts as a stimulant. At higher doses, it has been reported to reduce pain and anxiety. Though it's legal in some states, kratom is classified as a Schedule I controlled substance in Arkansas. Clarke's cause of death is unknown at this point. So this is either an overdose or a suicide. I'm thinking that he did have a lot of problems, so who knows what the truth is. But we got another youngster who is no longer with us. Sad story, fam. Sad story. It sounded like dude had some mental issues, and it seemed like to me that there were guardrails in place for things like this in the NBA. They are serious about their reputation to an extent, I guess. And things like this, they typically try to get a grip on before it get out in the public because they try to protect their image because they want to make sure that people buy tickets. Not that they care about the players, but they do care about ticket revenue. They do care about getting that money. So it looks like Brandon may have just slipped through the cracks. You know, whether it was a suicide or some type of mental ill health issues, it sounds like that he slipped through the cracks. Because the trip part about it is a lot of people think like when you get that money, everything is straight. People forget that athletes, that entertainers, that celebrities are people, right? Sometimes people just forget that, right? It's just money. It's money. It's a position. It's a more prestigious position than, let's say, being a roofer or collecting golf balls. But nonetheless, it's a position. It's a profession. It's what you do, it's not who you are. So a lot of times people get it mixed up and they think that once they get to the money going to solve everything. They don't understand that there are celebrities out there right now who are on the verge of suicide. There are celebrities out there right now who got all the money. They got the money, but what they don't have is love, right? They don't have somebody in their corner that they can trust. They're looking around them like they can't trust anybody because it seems like everybody is there for the ride. Everybody is just trying to get to the bag. So it's a lonely place at times. That's why you have to know exactly who you are when you come into this space. You should know who you are, no matter what space you go into and you're pursuing something great. You should know who you are, because if you don't know who you are when things get rough, you can end up getting lost in the sauce. You can end up getting yourself hurt real bad. That's why during the course of my career, ups and downs, ups and downs, ups and downs. It was like a roller coaster. I mean, up, down, up, down, up, down. But I resigned to the belief of that early on, that this is how things are. And this is how they are for right now. At some point, I'm going to stabilize this thing. But I didn't know when, but I just knew that as long as I was breathing, I had action, and I was not going to stop trying. I was not going to stop getting up, no matter how many times I got knocked down. I wasn't just getting up to get knocked down again. I was getting up to swing on something. So I knew exactly who I was when things got slow. I'm going to tell y'all a quick story and I'll let you go. When things got slow, like when I first left the Ghetto Boys back in 92, things got slow. Money got slow. And the fans stopped asking for autographs and pictures as much, right? I could go into a club or something, just in and out, no problem. People kind of looked, whatever, right? I come back to the group in 96. Next thing you know, I walk in, hey, get a picture. They want to, I come out of that. This back in time when people used to give you business cards, right? Now people exchange numbers on their smartphones. But back then, it was business cards. Every time I step out the door, I'm coming back in the house with a stack of business cards, right? Because everybody now want to do business. The radio station, 97.9 The Box, at the time they had a program director named Robert Scarpio. And 97.9 The Box was the biggest radio station in the city, and it still is, right? To a great extent. I think it's probably number one, number two, even today. That's big in a big city, right? So I reached out to the program director and asked him to do a show before I rejoined the Ghetto Boys. This is when things were still bad. I went to him and asked him to do a show. He put me on ice. Fast forward a couple years later, I get back with the Ghetto Boys. My buddy called me from Billboard, and he told me that the Ghetto Boys is debuting number one. So I tell him to send me a copy of the magazine before it came out. I think at that time it used to come out on Tuesdays, if I'm not mistaken. So I got an advance copy like on that Monday, and I went to the radio station and I showed it to him. And he was like, "Oh, this is good. Oh, Willie, this is good." I said, "Yeah, man." I said, "Man, I want to revisit doing that show. I want to talk about that show, doing a show on the station." He said, "Oh, yeah. When you want to do it? When would you like to start? What hours are you thinking about doing it?" Da, da, da. Yeah, he was ready. Like, he's ready to go then. And the trip part about it was that I didn't hold it against him. I didn't hold it against him. I didn't hold it against the fans, because I know that how people are. Everybody loves a star when he's on the top, but nobody ever comes around when he starts to drop. That's what Michael Jackson said in a song once, and it's true. Everybody loves a star when he's on top, but nobody ever comes around when he starts to drop. So I understood that. That's why when things did go bad, I stayed like this. When things got good, I stayed like this. I never believed in the press clippings. When people say that they love me, they think I'm great and this, whatever, whatever, I take it and I appreciate the compliments, but I don't let it go to my head. Same way that I don't let the criticism go to my head. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't let it go to my head. I just stay on course and do what I got to do to keep it moving forward. But there are a lot of people who got money. That's my point. My point is that there's a lot of people who have money who have problems. There's a lot of people, they have problems in their relationships, from business partners to romantic partners to family members. People have problems. Marvin Gaye got killed by his own daddy, right? Roger Troutman got killed by his own brother, who then turned the gun on himself and killed himself. So people have issues even with money. You had Robin Williams, who committed suicide, sitting on all those hundreds of millions of dollars. He still committed suicide. So, money can be a tool. Money is a tool that you can use to lighten the load on a lot of things and solve a lot of issues. But one thing that money can't solve is what's inside. Money can't solve that. You're gonna have to, have a meeting with the man upstairs. You're gonna have to have somebody, a therapist, talk to you and help you through this. So you're gonna have to even have a talk with yourself, get in touch with yourself, and try to figure things out and understand that, you're not the world, you're just of the world. You dig what I'm saying? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? That's important. A lot of us, we get caught up in these titles. We get caught up in these expectations. We have a lot of things, especially when you start getting money. You have everybody depending on you. Everybody wants something, or damn near everybody wants something from you. And so you just have to know how to compartmentalize things. And even when things bother you, you got to know that that you're just it's just a bump in the road. It's not a permanent situation, right? That's the thing. And that's with life. That's whether you got money or not. But what say you, fam? Drop a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. No more talk.